Welcome to today's edition of the show podcast.
It infused his sense of service, strengthened his marriage, and stimulated his inquiring mind. That powerful Christian faith shines through the order of service for today's funeral. The resonant choices of readings, prayers, and music are his own, reflecting his eclectic outlook and rich experiences. As with all recent public events, the COVID crisis has had a significant impact on the service at St. George's Chapel. The congregation is restricted to just 30 mourners, who will not only have to wear masks but will be barred from singing. Only a slimmed-down choir will be allowed to perform the anthems and hymns. Nevertheless, the event will undoubtedly be a solemn, stirring tribute to Prince Philip. After the arrival of the procession at the chapel, the ceremony will open with the bidding from the Dean of Windsor David Connor, Inset. This will be followed by the seafaring hymn Eternal Father, Strong to Save by William Whiting, who was inspired to write it after he was saved from drowning when his ship went down in a storm. The hymn was popularized by the Royal Navy in the late 19th century and is a perfect way to honor the prince, a true maritime hero. Equally appropriate for him is the first lesson from chapter 43 of Ecclesiasticus. This passage, extolling the wonders of God's creation, epitomizes his advocacy of environmental protection. The choir will then sing the Jubilate by Benjamin Britten. This moving piece was commissioned for St. George's Chapel by Prince Philip himself through direct correspondence with Britten, who turned down the first approach in 1958. But, with typical perseverance, the prince did not give up, and finally in 1961, Britten agreed to write it. The second lesson, from the Gospel of St. John, highlights the central Christian belief in the resurrection and eternal life. The choir will then sing a version of Psalm 104, written by the composer William Lovelady and arranged by James Vivian, the current director of music at St. George's. Like the first lesson, Psalm 104 is a paean to the natural world that God built, a highly suitable work in memory of the prince, who once helped to write a book entitled A Christian Attitude to the Environment. After the prayers, which will include the expression of thanks from the Archbishop of Canterbury, for the prince's high sense of duty and integrity, there will be a rendition of the Russian Kontakion of the Departed, a deeply poignant but inspiring anthem, introduced into the English hymnal in 1906 by William Birkbeck. The ceremony will close with the interring of the coffin in the Royal Vault at Windsor, followed by Royal Marine buglers playing the last post and action stations. Then, after the final blessing from the Archbishop, the national anthem will be sung. As the words ring out from Windsor, the sense of grief at loss and gratitude at a life well lived will be shared in households across the land.